Dubai and the Middle East in general have traditionally been gifting markets. People love to gift here. You exchange gifts quite often and most of the times. Let's say branded merchandise, sustainability. These were new words about a decade ago, and step by step, markets understand them. Companies are accepting these words. People are realizing there's another value add except a gratitude gift. There's another dimension to it. And yes, evolving step by step for sure.
Welcome to Branded Worlds, a transatlantic dialogue, where branding meets culture and sustainability is the thread that ties it all together. Hosted by Jeff Solomon in the US and Stephen Baumgartner in Europe. This is where global brand stories come to life, with purpose, people, and perspective. Join the conversation. Share your thoughts on how brands can better integrate culture and sustainability. Subscribe to Branded Worlds for more insights and inspiration, and let's build a future where brands truly make a positive impact. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to Branded Worlds, the transatlantic dialogue, the podcast where we explore the people, companies, and ideas shaping the future of branded merchandise around our world. Today's conversation takes us to one of the fastest growing business regions on the planet, a region that has transformed itself from an emerging market into a global hub for innovation, events, tourism, luxury brands, and international business. The Middle East.
This is a super exciting show for me because we have a guest here from Dubai, and that's a first for us, right, Stephen?
Yes.
All right, we're going global. Well, for many people, the promotional products industry is still viewed through a North American or European lens, but the Middle East has quietly become one of the most dynamic markets in our industry. Global events, international headquarters, mega projects, luxury hospitality, government investment, and with that comes an entirely different approach to branded merchandise.
And our guest today has been one of the people shaping this transformation for decades. He has built one of the leading branded merchandise companies across the Middle East and Africa, while making sustainability and innovation a central pillar of his business. Please welcome Biren Jasani. Biren, it's great to have you. We have seen us 2 weeks ago already in Germany, so welcome back.
Thank you, Stephen, and thanks, Jeff, for taking this time out and for inviting me into this seminar.
First of all, as everyone will see, obviously, we are in a complete new setup. I've already spoiled it on my LinkedIn account and the Branded Worlds LinkedIn account. I've set up a videocast studio. And Jeff, you just mentioned in the intro, it's super exciting what's going on and what we have created in the last 12 months, right?
Yeah, I find myself, I was just in awe and thinking about this and looking at this thing. I'm going, what am I doing with Stephen Baumgartner, this amazing guy out of Germany, and talking with how do you pronounce your name? Biren?
Biren, yeah, Biren.
In Dubai. I mean, this is like hello, is this my world now? I feel privileged and honored to have really meaningful conversations with industry leaders. It's just fantastic. And now we're stepping up the game with the video studio. It's very exciting.
Let's go for the first questions.
All right. So Biren, you've seen the Middle East evolve dramatically over the last 2 decades. How has the branded merchandise industry changed during that journey?
Yeah, Dubai and the Middle East in general have traditionally been gifting markets. People love to gift here. You exchange gifts quite often and most of the times. But let's say branded merchandise, sustainability, these were new words about a decade ago. And step by step, markets understand them. Companies are accepting these words. People are realizing there's another value add except a gratitude gift. There's another dimension to it. And yes, evolving step by step for sure.
When people think about where you live in Dubai, they immediately think about huge skyscrapers, the hugest skyscrapers in the world, the highest ones, luxury, but behind that is one of the world's most ambitious business ecosystems. How is it really influenced by customer expectations? Because it looks from the outside, it looks always a bit of artificial, but how much customer expectation is influencing what's going on in especially in Dubai?
So everywhere in the world, you have to match customer expectations. Otherwise, you're not in business, isn't it? So This region, or I would say Dubai in particular, hosts 190 nationalities, 190 nationalities plus live here in Dubai. They coexist here. So every nationality comes with a different culture, different mindsets. So there are very varied expectations in general. And to live up to all those expectations is a little bit not challenging. I would put it in another way. You need to keep learning all the time and keep evolving all the time. Yeah.
So today, are customers buying products or are they buying complete brand experiences?
In general, I would still say 90% products and 10% brand experiences. I'll give you an example of brand experience. I mean, we are suppliers of in-cinema merchandise here. So very specifically, when a movie is going to be launched, in-cinema purchases on the concession counters is supplied by us. And this is evolving a lot into that experience, because before you go and you want to watch the movie Moana, and you have a Moana shaped popcorn container, it all adds to that. So I see that branded experience is increasing step by step, but yes, only step by step.
Would you say the podcast is called the branded words, and we want to be a transcontinental one in the meantime. It's not only the US and Europe. We are also now going to India and the Middle East. Where would you say Middle East is totally different compared to Europe and North America when it comes down to branded merchandise? What is the biggest difference between the different continents?
So the huge difference is that North America and Europe, the companies existing there are brand owners. You have your Mercedes, you have Audi, you have Ford. In Dubai, primarily we are those brands distributors. We are not owners of those brands. So that limits creativity, that limits scope, that limits uh, volumes for sure. So we have very few brands that are homegrown. Emirates Airlines, for example, Emaar Properties, one of the big real estate development companies. So very few of them. And again, all of them are not completely global. Emirates is global, but not all of them. So our volumes are much lower. Our ticket sizes are much lower because we are brand distributors here, not brand owners.
Did you have a follow-up to that, Stephen? It sounded like you were going to ask something.
No. It's. I think it's.
Okay, very
Go ahead.
super interesting. Sustainability. Your company's this is a hot topic for me. I love sustainability. Your company's become one of the global sustainability leaders in our industry. But sustainability is easy to talk about. It's much harder to implement. Where did your sustainability journey begin?
So we began long before sustainability became a buzzword. We began when the words used were eco-friendly, and do you do eco-friendly stuff? And we began at that time. And what helped us? We are exclusive distributors of XD Design or XD Connects, the Dutch company that is quite a leader in sustainability, I would say, and the pioneers in sustainability in our industry. So we were exposed to this, being members of IPPAG, as you guys would know, since many years. We were exposed to sustainability as a concept long ago. So being so far away from where the action in sustainability was in Europe, we were well aware and on the track from that time onwards. So we took the necessary steps. We became EcoVadis Platinum, by the way, and we have our own brands that define sustainability in this region. So we could do all of these things because of our great exposure to Europe from very early on.
And how do you balance this one compared to premium quality, commercial competitiveness, and all that stuff? So how do you balance the right one? Maybe also premium quality is a total different story in Dubai again. It's maybe what you expect as a high premium is maybe in Europe super high premium, or the other way around. But how do you balance the topic of sustainability, especially on these two topics?
So basically, I would say that I wear two caps here in Dubai, rather three caps. But let me talk about the two caps. We are also a wholesale company. We are a stockist, wholesaler, and we distribute in the region. And I have another division that goes to end clients in the UAE, and we supply to corporations like Emirates Airlines, etc., etc. So step one, what I bring in to stock, what I wholesale is where my sustainability journey starts. I bring in sustainable stuff. I bring in stuff where I can measure the carbon footprint. I can offset it. I partner with companies like Climate Partner and offset the carbon footprint. I do all of these things, but I do it on a wholesale level. So at this level, I price the product and I price them competitively because, a good quality costs more, sustainability costs more, and then you go out of the market. So practically, when I offset the carbon footprint or I invest into sustainability, I put it from my pocket. I don't charge the customer. It sounds strange, but this is our contribution to the planet. And it still is a small percentage of what we make as money because of sustainability is not expensive if it is done properly. So that's how we manage it. And then the end client, we give them options, but we push sustainability. We push products where we can account for, we can give them account of how many trees they have saved, how much water they have saved by replacing the product with a proper sustainable product. And we have all that expertise to sign a certificate and give it to them for what they have purchased. So we take a balanced call, but we give the client the choice whether they want to go cheap or they want to go sustainable.
Love that. Dubai has become home to some of the world's biggest events. You've got a big expo there. You've got Formula One. There's Global Hope hotel brands. How have these developments influenced the merchandise industry?
Quite a bit. That happened in 2021, supposed to happen in 2020, but because of COVID, it happened in 2021 in Dubai. One of the big themes of Expo Dubai was sustainability along with mobility. Technology and sustainability were the two main themes. We took all the, I have, by the way, my third cap is I run a bags factory here in Dubai, specifically for promotional purpose. I don't supply into the retail industry or to any brands. It's specifically a bags factory for promotional purpose. And we took all the billboards of Expo and we converted those materials into nice bags or nice accessories that were sold at the Expo for a very high premium with a nice story of sustainability. So there was a good entry point for the people of the region to understand what is upcycling. It was not really known until then. So we took step by step, but people started understanding what sustainability was. Currently, we have a very good project from Emirates Airlines. 100 of Emirates airplanes, they are replacing their seat covers. So we are taking all the seat covers, used seat covers to our factory, and we are converting them into upcycled high quality merchandise. And they're going to be selling them at a real good premium pricing. So we really help these brands to upcycle and to show their sustainability angle from their point of view. So all of these things put together, step by step, the region is understanding all these things. Branded merchandise, sustainability, upcycling. Branded merchandise is a way to is a win-win. The producer makes money, the seller makes money, the end user is happy that he's buying something that has a nice story. So it's completely win-win rather than giving away freebies. And people are understanding these concepts and step by step adopting them, and we are doing a bit to explain these things to our customers.
I've seen a news in a I think it was a German or I don't know, maybe a US magazine where they were talking about the most luxurious hotel to open in the next couple of years. And I think 80% will be in Dubai. How have this luxury hospitality especially changed the expectations also within the Dubai resident people, and especially around branded product? Was there a change when all these high-end luxury hotels opened up when was it, 15, 20, 25 years already ago, 30 years ago? There was a big change within the country. And how does it reflect on the population, the Dubai residents, but also in general on the branded product industry?
So now Dubai is really associated with lifestyle, with quality, and with a good standard of living. So people, when they start going to better and better qualified places, more luxury, more lifestyle, more options, the focus comes to quality and design. So a lot of improvement in quality and design. And from the world over, the best people are migrating to Dubai. They want to live in Dubai. They want to contribute their skills to Dubai. So I think, but for this war, I'm not talking of this war that's happening, because that can distort all the facts and figures that we talk about. But except this war, and this will get over sooner or later, uh, Dubai is on track to really become a place to be. And the best architects in the world, best quality, everything best is what the government want. That's how we get trained. So I align a lot with our government's vision, because their vision is always for good and for better. So yeah, that's basically how we position ourselves, to align with the government and work.
And especially in these days, it is hot. That's for sure. It's really, really, really hot in the summertime.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is hot, but I was in Germany 2 weeks ago,
Yes.
Stephen, and I have seen your weather also. So now I don't
Yeah.
lament our weather here a lot.
Yeah. So we had 42 degrees. So it was like it was like your common weather at these days. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, I'm in Palm Beach, Florida right now, away from my home base in the Los Angeles area, and I'm talking about there's some ridiculous humidity, 90%. It's like dangerous out there. It's like, how do you people live here? How hot does it get in Dubai? Like when you say hot, what are we talking?
So a few years ago, that used to be like 48 degrees to 50 degrees, but with high level of humidity, the effect would be like 52 to 53 degrees Celsius. I'm talking of Celsius. I'm not used to Fahrenheit.
I need degrees.
No, you need degree Fahrenheit, but I'm talking degrees Celsius.
Okay, well, all right, hot.
Yeah. And I don't know how to convert it quickly,
Believe me,
Okay, sorry, I didn't
it
see
is.
that.
Let me see. I have my iPhone with me, so maybe you can just continue with the next.
Yeah, I'll continue on, and then we'll find out how hot it is in Dubai. So, what trends do you see emerging that Europe and North America have perhaps not noticed yet?
So gifting related to traditions, heritage, and culture. This is becoming fashionable. This is becoming something that everyone is striving to give and create value when they give. So yeah, this is one of the trends that we notice here.
So it's roughly 100 degree Fahrenheit.
All right.
So it's hot. It's pretty easy. It's more or less multiplied by 2, more or less. That's pretty easy. I was totally that's maybe a shaming. I was not aware of it. but for us as a Europeans, it's always like degrees Celsius, and but it is, believe me, it's hot. It's something where you don't want to be outside. It's so hot in the summertime. It's really, really hot. Let's talk a bit about the future, Biren. If you look ahead 5 years, you're in the business now since how many years?
Well, I lived in India.
Yeah.
I'm born in India.
Yeah.
I'm an Indian. So I did the same business in India for 14 years before I moved to Dubai.
Okay.
And I'm here for 23 years. I'm an old man.
Wow. Whoa. Okay. Well, okay. Let's go for another 5 years. What products or categories do you believe will experience the biggest growth in the next 5 years, and then maybe in 5 years onwards?
So first would be traditional and cultural gifting. Second would be gifting related to wellness, health, and companionship. This is step by step the trend for gifting that I see.
Funny one is that you have some special games in Middle East. I have seen it from Saudi Arabia. We did a few things for a customer in Saudi Arabia, and they were asking for a special. I think it was a kind of a card game where you have cards. So I've never seen it before. It looked totally strange to me, but it's a super famous. I don't know how to say, a family game. Everyone is playing it at home, and they also wanted to have it as a promotional item for the merch range.
So yeah, so again, I just mentioned, right, that these is the kind of things that people are now asking for. Should be related to culture. And yes, you're right. I can add something adding to family values and family being together. Or other companionship, wellness, health, having an easy mind when you are doing that and not being under stress. So this is the trend that's coming with gifting now.
Very interesting. Your business operates across many different countries and cultures. Leadership becomes very different in an international environment. What have you learned about leading multicultural teams?
So For sure, every culture and every cultural sensitivity is different. We have 9 or 10 nationalities working with us. What we try to do is we try to understand them, and we tailor make whatever we want to offer to them based on what would make them happy. I'll just give you one example. People making less than US dollar 1,600 per month with us. And there are quite a few of them because we run a bags factory. There are workers, we have a warehouse, there are loaders, unloaders, helpers. So quite a few of them with around that salary level. So what we do for them is we take care of their children's education back home because they live alone here. They've come to work and save money. They've not come here to enjoy life and spend money. They rather send it back and save for another day for their family. So we take care of their children's education to a great extent. And if it's higher education, we really take even better care. Like one of my staff's daughter is becoming a doctor in Uzbekistan, and we are financing quite a bit of a cost for them. Then we take care of their old parents because these are all lower middle class families and these things matter a lot. They come from countries where there's no social security and government doesn't provide for anything to retired people. So we have direct bank account access of parents of these people who work for us, and every month we put some money into their parents' bank account so that their parents have a little bit of an independence and are not depending on their children for financing their small wishes and desires. So we do these tailor-made propositions we have that bring the whole family that is so away from them. This guy is working here in Dubai and the family is back in Philippines or in India or in Pakistan, and the family feels so good about the company that the guy is working for, and this makes the guy happy. He's alone, he's staying so much far away from his family, and he's still happy because his family is happy there. So we take care of these cultural sensitivities and we address them basically. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Very, very smart. Let's touch a bit of AI and future technologies. I want to say. I think all of us, the two of you and myself, we will agree we are still a people business. But what do you see how technology is? Will it change this one, or is it even more valuable in the future that it is a people business?
So for sure, because of technology, you have less meetings with your customers. Technology does a lot of job. So whenever there's a meeting, and there are meetings, they have to be very effective meetings. You have to extract a lot out of those meetings. So you have to be very focused, and you should get that. This is one aspect. Relationship and trust will never go away. That's the pillar of our businesses. So while tech will solve your issues of doing routine copy paste jobs easily, relationship and trust will take you to the next level, next job, or a new business model with your customer. So it's a no-brainer. Relationship and trust will always stay on top, and that will scale up your business from another aspect, while technology will scale it up in another way. Okay.
What leadership principles have remained constant throughout your career?
So integrity and ethical practices should be there for you to last long in business, but more than that, for you to sleep well, knowing that you have not harmed anyone or you have not really mistreated anyone. So you need these things. One of the other aspects that I always had was customer first and the employees' well-being. So all these things put together is how we drive our organization.
You just mentioned that you're getting an old man. I would not agree on this one. Let's jump back 45, 50 years. What kind of advice would the young Biren give the old one if he would start again the business what you have started a couple of years, decades ago?
So you want me to remember that stupid Biren, huh?
Yeah. But now in a much better positioning, because now you maybe made some mistakes, you have learned some lessons, and maybe you have a good advice as the young one to the old one.
Stupid Biren had some great plus points, which was a lot of hard work, a lot of passion, and wanting ambition. Those were the big plus points. The mistake was working harder against working smarter. So if I have to change anything, I will only change working smarter than working harder, but I will not change anything else because the journey has been amazing. Even if it was a stupid period, the journey has been grade. So not wanting to change anything much.
I think it was a great success so far. So, and this is, I think, the best proof you can give yourself.
Let's touch on the future of global merchandise. We're seeing the increasing collaboration between Europe, North America, Asia, and the Middle East. Do you believe we're moving towards one truly global merchandise industry?
Yes, global and local both. There has to be local components to it. Uh, See, a brand has to look at things from a global perspective. So when you do branded merchandise for a brand, it has to be from a global perspective. But then local nuances do matter. So a local partner that understands the local market is going to add value by adding the components of good logistics, but more than that, also regional sensitivities and regional preferences. So businesses will get global, our businesses, but that will happen with a lot of collaboration amongst all of us.
You have now more or less stolen my last question for you, because that was also about being global but executing local. And if you would agree that it's an emerging model in the future, but you've already answered it. So we can, if that's okay for you, Jeff, we will jump to the most funny part of our podcast.
Oh, this is the part I really like here.
You're always looking just for this last part of it. But I would close up before we go into the rapid fire questions. I would close up with one last question. If you record this podcast again in 5 years, what do you hope will have changed for your company, for Middle East, and for our entire industry?
So for my company, we will be much more organized. We will be much more tech oriented, and we would be looking at doing things in a way, integrated in a way that we scale up easily. And we are on the journey. In the next 2 years, a lot of things are changing in this company to make it really easily scalable and operations scalability as well. And I've seen what you do, Stephen, in your organization, and I was highly impressed, with your automation in your logistics, in your warehousing. What I see in our industry, I see a lot of international players taking more and more interest in the Middle East because, as Jeff also said, American companies usually stick to America first because it's a huge market and they don't need to move out unless and until their clients force them to move out. But now I see a lot of American agencies contacting us over here because we stock sustainable stuff and they need these kind of things. So I see a lot of interest in our region. So that's going to change for sure. And for Middle East, I would say more for Dubai because Dubai is going to lead the trend. Dubai is going to be a place knowledge hub in general. And we are going to see a lot of very talented people migrating and moving here. And this is going to change a lot of things. It's going to add a lot of value to the region and to our industry, obviously.
It's so exciting to have this conversation with you and get this perspective on Dubai that I believe our audience will also find super interesting. It's what branded worlds is all about. We're widening our worlds, aren't we, Stephen?
Absolutely, absolutely, we do.
So we've added these rapid fire questions to our interviews. They're fun. I'll start. What business leader do you admire?
So as I grew up, I knew one big Indian industrialist, J.R.D. Tata, a Tata Group, and I saw how humane he was and how much care he took of everyone and how that resulted in the Tata Empire. So I'm a big fan of his.
I love the wording empire. That's a total. I'm always talking about a global company, but I think I also want to create an empire. that sounds much, much better. One innovation everyone should pay more attention to.
How can AI leverage growth? This is what everyone should be looking at in their own industry, in their own company. Yeah.
All right. One city outside Dubai that inspires you.
Undoubtedly,
There's
New
nothing
York.
better than Dubai, but you got something here. I know.
No, New York. I love New York. I love the energy of New York. Yeah.
One product category with huge future potential.
Yes. So for me, I look at health, wellness, as for our business as having very good potential.
What's the biggest misconception about the Middle East that's out there?
There's a huge misconception that it's a big market. It's a rich market, but it's not a big market.
Best leadership advice you've ever received?
So long time ago, my father gave me an advice. He said, look, Biren, always stay in the top 3 in your industry. So whenever there's a downturn, all the frail, weak players will be out of business and you can always get their clients and you will come out stronger all the time. So if you want to sustain business over a longer term, stay in the top 3. And I've always kept that as a benchmark. Yep.
One habit that has contributed most to your success.
Mindset of a long term.
That's it.
right.
that was a super short one.
You're really great at these.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Coffee meeting or boardroom meeting?
So that depends, isn't it, on the situation?
Absolutely. Totally agree. Yeah, right.
Okay, one word that defines the future of branded merchandise.
Say purpose.
We're getting shorter and shorter.
One word.
Okay. So one last question, and there's no word left. So, what does legacy mean to you?
So, when you own an organization, I would still like to think I'm a trustee of that organization because there's 120 families depending on you. If the business does well, they can take home money and their families survive. So it's more of a trusteeship, and I would like to pass on that trusteeship further properly, and that is for me a legacy.
I think perfect words for the end of the podcast. Thank you so much, Biren, for joining us today. I think the Middle East has shown that ambition, speed, and long-term thinking can completely redefine a complete market or a whole region. There's much the rest of the world can learn from that.
Thank you for listening to Branded Worlds, a transatlantic dialogue. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, share it with your network, and join us again for another conversation about the people and ideas that are shaping the future of branded merch around the world.
Yes,
Thank you guys for this opportunity. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Really enjoyed the conversation. Yeah.
Pleasure. This was another Branded Words. Stay curious, stay bold, and keep building branded words. Thanks for listening, and bye-bye. See you next time.